Part 1. Movement Types. We will be using the following general ledger accounts for this exercise: P5000 stock adjustment and B5500 stock. We treat the downward adjustment of inventory as a stock issue and the upward adjustment as a stock receipt, so we'll need to set up a movement type for each one. Let's start with the downward adjustment. The first step is to go into the configuration page and select movement types. Click the new document icon. In document type, select issue and give the movement type a name: stock adjustment down. For this example, we'll just work with the main stock location, so select main for both source and target locations. The enter values field allows us to determine whether the stock value can be overridden or not, so we'll ignore this field for now and leave it set to no. Now for the debit account, we will insert our stock adjustment account code P5000, as this is increasing the stock adjustment account in our P&L. And then in the credit account, we will insert the stock account B5500, as this is reducing the value of stock in our balance sheet. Now we will save the document and create another one, but this time we'll make it a receipt. It's unlikely that physical inventory will increase as the result of a stock take, but this could be used if a previous downward adjustment needs to be corrected, say for example if the missing items have subsequently been located. We will use the name stock adjustment up and leave the default source and target locations as main. Again, we'll ignore the enter values field. This time we will reverse the debit and credit accounts using B5500 stock for the debit account and P5000 stock adjustments for the credit account. Save the document, and now we have the two movement types that we need. Part 2. Inventory Report. The next part of the tutorial will demonstrate how to set up a simple Sharperlight report to produce an inventory listing that shows the book value of all stock items grouped by location. It's assumed that you already have Sharperlight installed and configured correctly to connect with your instance of Aqilla. First of all, we open up Microsoft Excel and create a blank workbook. Now select a cell in the spreadsheet where you want the table to appear. For this example, we will use cell B3 to give us some padding around the table. In the main menu, select Sharperlight, and then in the toolbar that appears, click on Table. You will then be presented with a Sharperlight authentication screen. Enter your Sharperlight login details and then log in. When you've authenticated, the Sharperlight Query Builder will open. In the Filter pane, click on the small box next to Company. Double-click on the instance name that you wish to use. Next, we need to select the table containing the data we wish to extract. If not already expanded, expand the Inventory section and then double-click on Inventory. That's our data filter set up. Now we need to define the output columns for the report. From the selection pane, drag the following to the output pane: item code and description. Now expand the section labelled location address and drag the name field over to the output pane. Now contract that section. Expand the items section and drag the field labelled item unit sale across to the output pane, and again contract that section. Now drag the quantity field across to the output pane. Next, click on Preview to see how the resulting table will look. This shows us the item code, the item description, location name, unit of sale and quantity. Click on Back to Query. In the output pane, click on the small box next to Location Address Name. This opens up the Output Attribute settings. First, we'll give the column a more meaningful name. In the General tab, check the box marked Customize Description, and then in the box below, replace Location Address Name with Location. Next, we will group the items based on this output column. In the Sorting and Grouping tab, select the field labelled Location Address Name, and then click on the forward arrow to move it to the right-hand pane. Next, select the field you've just moved, and then in the Grouping Options panel, select Collapse, then click OK. Now, in the Output pane, click on the small box next to Item Unit Sale. In the General tab, check the box marked Customize Description, and then in the box below, replace Item Unit Sale with Units. Click OK. Click OK again, and then you'll see the table as it appears in your spreadsheet. You'll see the items are now grouped into their respective inventory location and have more meaningful heading names. Now you just need to add a column to the table in Excel to capture the physical stock and another column to calculate the difference. We'll use this in the next part of the tutorial, where we will upload the stock adjustments. Part 3. Upload of stock adjustments. This tutorial assumes that you have the Aqilla Excel add-in installed and know how to perform basic upload of documents or reference data. It also assumes that you've configured your connection to Aqilla. After following the previous steps and having used the spreadsheet we created to do a stock check, we should be left with a spreadsheet that looks something like this. This shows the adjustments we need to make on each item. Now we will use the Excel add-in to upload all the adjustments automatically. Select an empty tab in Excel. Now click on the add-ins in the main menu, then click on Aqilla, Documents, Inventory Issue, Get Column Labels of Inventory Issue. Now you should have a spreadsheet that contains header and line labels for the inventory issue document. Next, we'll copy the data from our stock report. When pasting data from the stock report, be sure to paste values only. Start by copying the item codes into the upload document. When you paste, again, be sure to paste values only. Next, copy the data from the column labelled Difference to the quantity column of the upload sheet. And then copy the item unit values from the stock report to the upload document. You'll need to insert a description next to each line. Now, for the document header, complete the document date, the movement type, and location fields. Now the document is ready to upload to Aqilla. Select the rows to be uploaded. Then click on Add-ins in the main menu, and then select Aqilla, Documents, Inventory Issue, Add Inventory Issue. Once you've done this, the reference field should now contain the next incremental reference number, which confirms that the upload was successful. Now go into Aqilla, Documents, Inventory Issues, and the documents you've just uploaded should appear in the list of documents. When you're satisfied that the documents are correct, you can go ahead and release or post them to the ledger.